Donald Trump wins the presidency. The business tycoon and TV personality.
From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first.
November 8th, 2016. Election night. Everyone's watching. The polls said Hillary Clinton would win easily. The experts were certain Trump didn't have a chance. And then he won. 4 years later, America looked completely different. Politics became a war zone. Families stopped talking to each other. The news became obsessed with one man's tweets. The Supreme Court shifted right, and the whole world watched as America tore itself apart. But what if Hillary Clinton had won that night? What if Trump never became president? Would America be less divided? Would COVID have killed fewer people? And would your Thanksgiving dinners still be awkward? Let's find out. Okay. So in this timeline, the polls were right. Hillary Clinton wins on November 8th, 2016. Not by much, but enough. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. She wins them all by tiny margins. Trump gives a concession speech. He's angry. He claims the election was rigged, but he doesn't have the power of the presidency to push that claim. He goes back to his life. Maybe he starts Trump TV like he was planning. Maybe he just fades away. January 20th, 2017. Hillary Clinton becomes the 45th President of the United States. First female president. Historic moment. Half the country celebrates. The other half is furious. And right here, everything splits. Because every decision Trump made as president, Clinton makes different ones. Every tweet, every executive order, every judge, every law, all different. Your life over the next 4 years is about to look completely different, and you don't even realize it yet. Let's start with the obvious. Your daily life gets way quieter. In our timeline, Trump tweeted constantly. Every morning, you'd wake up and check what crazy thing he said overnight. He attacked celebrities, journalists, politicians, random people. The news became 24/7 Trump coverage. In the Clinton timeline, that doesn't happen. She's a traditional politician, boring speeches, careful statements, no 3 a.m. tweet storms. The news covers normal stuff again, policy debates, international events, not just whatever the president said on Twitter. Your Thanksgiving dinners are different too. In our world, Trump divided families. People stop talking to each other over politics. You probably know someone who doesn't talk to their parents anymore because of Trump. In the alternate timeline, politics is still divisive, but it's not as personal. It's not as angry. You can disagree with your uncle about taxes without him calling you a socialist traitor. But here's where it gets serious. The Supreme Court looks completely different. In our timeline, Trump appointed 3 Supreme Court justices. 3. That shifted the court hard to the right for decades. Roe v. Wade got overturned. Abortion rights disappeared in half the country overnight. In the Clinton timeline, she appoints 3 liberal justices instead. The court shifts left. Roe v. Wade doesn't get overturned. Abortion stays legal everywhere. Gun laws might get stricter. Campaign finance might get reformed. The entire direction of American law for the next 30 years changes because of one election in 2016. Okay, so no matter who's president, COVID still happens. In December 2019, a virus emerges in China. By early 2020, it's spreading worldwide. That doesn't change. What changes is how America responds. In our timeline, Trump downplayed it, called it a hoax, fought with doctors, refused to wear a mask, turned basic health measures into a political war. Red states did one thing, blue states did another. Over 1 million Americans died. In the Clinton timeline, the response is different. She listens to scientists from day one. No calling it a hoax, no fighting with Dr. Fauci. Masks don't become a political statement, they're just masks. Clinton probably locks down harder and faster. Some people hate it, Fox News goes crazy. But the lockdowns work better because they're coordinated. The federal government and states actually work together instead of fighting. Here's the big question. How many fewer people die? Some experts think a better federal response could have saved 200,000 to 400,000 lives, maybe more. That's a lot of grandparents still alive, a lot of parents still around for their kids. The economy still crashes, millions still lose jobs, but the recovery might be smoother with a coordinated national plan. Small businesses get help faster. Unemployment benefits come quicker. Or maybe not. Maybe Clinton's response is too strict. Maybe the economy crashes harder. Maybe red states rebel and cases spike anyway. We'll never know for sure. What we do know is this: COVID doesn't become a tribal war. It's just a pandemic. A terrible, deadly pandemic, but not a political weapon. Now, let's talk about the rest of the world. Because Trump didn't just change America. He changed how the world sees America. Trump fought with NATO allies, called them freeloaders, threatened to leave. America's relationships with Germany, France, and Canada got cold. Really cold. In the Clinton timeline, that doesn't happen. NATO stays strong. European leaders still trust America. The Western alliance doesn't crack. But here's where it gets interesting. Trump was weirdly friendly with Putin. He trusted Russia over his own intelligence agencies. He tried to lift sanctions. Clinton, she's a Russia hawk. She pushes back hard. More sanctions, more support for Ukraine. Maybe Putin doesn't feel as bold. Maybe he doesn't invade Ukraine in 2022. Or maybe he does anyway. Hard to say. Trump started a trade war with China, tariffs everywhere. The relationship got bad fast. In the Clinton timeline, she's still tough on China, but more strategic, more multilateral. She probably doesn't start a full trade war. Trump pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal. Clinton keeps it. Iran doesn't restart its nuclear program, at least not right away. Middle East tensions stay lower. And Kim Jong-un? Trump met with him, gave him legitimacy. Nothing really came from it. In the Clinton timeline, she probably ignores him. No meetings, no love letters, just continued isolation. The world is different, maybe more stable, maybe not, but definitely different. Here's something most people don't think about. Trump's presidency created movements, both for him and against him. In our timeline, the resistance became huge. Women's March, airport protests, constant activism. Millions of people got political for the first time because they hated Trump so much. In the Clinton timeline, that movement doesn't exist. At least not like that. Some people are mad about Clinton, sure, but it's not the same. The left doesn't mobilize as hard because they already won. And MAGA, the whole Make America Great Again movement, it's weaker. Trump still has fans, but without the presidency proving him right, the movement doesn't grow as strong. QAnon probably doesn't become mainstream. The Capitol riot on January 6th definitely doesn't happen. Black Lives Matter still happens. George Floyd still dies in 2020. The protests still explode. But the federal response is different. Trump sent federal agents to Portland. Clinton probably doesn't do that. She probably pushes for police reform instead. America is still divided, red and blue, urban and rural. But maybe it's not as extreme. Maybe people aren't as angry. Maybe the culture war doesn't get as hot. Or maybe Clinton being president makes conservatives even more angry. Maybe the division gets worse in a different way. History is weird like that. Okay, so Clinton is president for 4 years. What happens in 2020? Maybe she runs for re-election. But she's unpopular. Republicans are fired up. She probably loses to a more traditional Republican. Maybe Rubio. Maybe Romney. Someone normal. Or maybe the Democrats run someone else. Maybe Biden still runs and wins. Maybe it's someone totally different. And Trump? Does he run again in 2020 or 2024? He's older now, more bitter. His brand is weaker without the presidency. Maybe he tries and loses in the primary. Maybe he doesn't run at all. The point is, American politics stays more normal, more boring. No tweets, no chaos, no constant crisis. Is that better? Depends who you ask. Some people loved the excitement. Some people loved having someone who told it like it is. Others were exhausted by it. One night, one election, and everything changed. In one timeline, Trump won. America got more divided. The Supreme Court shifted right. COVID became political, and politics became personal in a way it never was before. In another timeline, Clinton won. Things stayed more normal, but maybe more people stayed complacent. Maybe the movements that defined our time never happened. Which timeline is better? I don't know. Nobody does. They're just different versions of messy. What we do know is this. One election changed everything. The Supreme Court, the pandemic response, international relationships, the way families talk to each other, all of it. And 8 years later, we're still living with the consequences. Would you want to live in the Clinton timeline? Let me know in the comments. But that's a story for another What If.